Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Agile Steph. I'm really excited. I don't know about you because the season has already started and it's going to get very intense this weekend. Now, there are lots of things I would really want to talk about today, starting with the summer transfers. There are lots of interesting activities in the transfer window with teams making different signings, starting with Arsenal, who brought in Gabriel from Lille for 27 million, who got Dani Ceballos back on loan from Real Madrid, and it's a William and William affair at Arsenal, bringing in William for free from Chelsea and bringing in William from the French League One. However, other teams have also made some signings, with the top being Chelsea, who will actually pick up the trophy for the most signings done this summer, signing 7 players just this summer. They brought in Ben Chilwell from Leicester City for £50 million. They brought in Hakim Ziyech for £40 million from Ajax. They also brought in Thiago Silva for free from PSG. They've also brought in the likes of Malang Sarr for free, and they've also brought in Timo Werner as well as Kai Havertz from Bayern Leverkusen for 71 million plus add-ons 90. Manchester City have also made some interesting signings, bringing in Ake from Bournemouth for £31 million, Ferran Torres and Pablo Moreno. We'll see how the season turns. I'll get to the Liverpool and Manchester United bits in a bit because the Manchester United news is actually very current and I really want to spend some time to talk about their transfer business. Liverpool have made one signing this week. We'll see how that turns out for them. Now to the business of Manchester United, the transfer business of Manchester United. It's getting boring, honestly. It's getting very tiring for me as a Manchester United fan because I feel like the Glazers are always going to see the club as a business and not a club. Now, United have made one signing, bringing in Donny van de Beek from Ajax for £40 million, and they are still chasing the Jadon Sancho deal. Dortmund are requiring £120 million for the right winger, but United are willing to pay £90 million. And I'm hearing that it's going to be spread across seasons, so probably £30 million this season, £30 million the next season, and £30 million the subsequent season. That is if Dortmund agree to allow United to sign the right winger for £90 million, which I don't think they will, because according to reports, it's £90 million plus add-ons, making it £108 million for Jadon Sancho, which is a lot of money if you ask me in this corona era. However, I feel like Manchester United's transfer business has become extremely boring because we see this over and over and over again each season. We pursue a player and at the end of the day, it goes down the drain. Now, I want to pick on a bit of the Chelsea transfer. I'm actually jealous as a Manchester United fan, the kind of transfer business Chelsea has conducted. And I feel like they've been very quick and swift. It has always been like this for Chelsea, mainly because they have good transfer businesses. However, signing these players who have individual talents and abilities, will Frank Lampard be able to manage all these players together? After all, they are going to be handled and managed by an inexperienced coach. Put this team in the hands of Pep Guardiola, and I can promise you I'll stop watching the league because you have no idea what Guardiola can actually do with these signings. But we'll see how the season goes and what is going to happen. And I also feel like because they've done lots of signings, if Frank Lampard is not careful, he might lose focus. Because I don't know the kind of promises he's made to these players individually. Probably, I'm going to make you start every game. I'm going to play you for this couple of minutes. We don't know the kind of agreements that have happened between the coach and these players. So we'll see how the season unravels. As a Manchester United fan sitting here, I'm telling you this. I don't know where to stand. I feel like I'm 50% sure that the Jadon Sancho deal is going to happen because of past experiences. But we'll see what is going to happen. It is clear Manchester United are looking to sign a left back, and they've been linked with Sergio Reguilón from Real Madrid and Alex Telles from Porto. With the Sergio Reguilón deal, it's been rumored that Real Madrid wants a buyback clause. And United definitely don't do buyback clauses because they feel like who should develop the player for you to come and take when the player has actually gotten to that point where he's been made something out of. So it looks like that deal is going down the drain. But then the Alex Telles deal is what is really surfacing now. So we'll see how that is going to play out. So honestly, I feel like Manchester United should have signed a CB this season because Lindelof and Maguire pairing is not good enough. Probably Lindelof and another CB would be a good pairing. Maguire and another CB would be a good pairing. Don't get me wrong, Lindelof as a player has really grown over time. He's really matured. Comparing him to when he first started playing for United and then now, he's one player I really admire for his maturity. But we'll see how that goes. There's always going to be rumors and rumors when it comes to Manchester United, and we are going to see how that is going to play out. That ends the transfer bets for this episode, and we'll keep updating you as they come. Now let's take a look at the matches that have already been played and the ones that are yet to be played, starting with the French Ligue 1. Paris Saint-Germain versus Lyon, a newly promoted side to the league who won by a goal to nil. However, let's bear in mind that Paris Saint-Germain were without some of their stars. Navas wasn't there, Mbappe, Neymar, Icardi, as well as Di Maria all have tested positive for the coronavirus, and it's very evident that without them the team is actually nothing, and we saw it from yesterday's game. Now there are going to be games played this weekend, Saturday, Sunday through to Monday. So there are other interesting features from the French League are happening today. Lyon versus Bordeaux, and Lyon because they made it to the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League, as well as Memphis Depay, whose future we are unsure of because it is rumored that he is going to Barcelona. How is Lyon going to fare without Memphis Depay if he leaves? But we'll get to know if he plays for Lyon tonight. There will be a couple of games that will be played in the Spanish La Liga this week, such as Villarreal, who are home to Huesca, and Valencia, who are home to Levante. Now let's move to the interesting part of this weekend. The English Premier League returns tomorrow. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and the 2020-2021 season is starting tomorrow. Have you guys done your FPL yet? Well, I haven't, as I will before the season begins. So there are a couple of teams who will be in action tomorrow. Now let's bear in mind that Manchester United and Manchester City are not playing this weekend due to their extended stay in the European competitions. Now let's get right into the fixtures. Fulham are at home to Arsenal this weekend. Southampton is going away to Crystal Palace. Leeds is going away to Anfield. Newcastle is going away to West Ham. On Sunday, Leicester City are going away to West Brom. Spurs are at home to Everton. Monday, Wolves are away to Sheffield United, and Chelsea are away to Brighton. These are the very first week games, and we're going to see how it's going to turn out if Frank Lampard's side would actually make the impacts they've made us believe they're going to make by bringing in the people that they've actually signed this season. As much as there are lots of games this weekend in the EPL, the games that I'll really be looking forward to are the Spurs and Everton game, the Liverpool and Leeds game, mainly because Leeds is a newly promoted side. They would really want to prove a point, as well as Sheffield United and Wolves. We'll see how these games go this weekend. This is where we draw down the curtains on today's episode of Agilistef. We've looked at the transfers, upcoming games, and the games to look out for. Subscribe to the channel, leave your comments and suggestions in the comment box, and I'll definitely get back. Follow all our social media handles. #AGirlCanLoveFootball too.